Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to all our academician, policymaker, student and social service partner. It is truly a privilege to welcome you to the 10th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education, a space where idea meet purpose and education meets humanity. Yesterday, we reflected on the reality faced by today's youth. Today, we rise to explore possibilities. This session invites us to empower young minds by addressing challenges at their roots through a holistic and value driven approach. Grounded in universal human values, we will reflect on how education can nurture responsibility, empathy, and deep sense of meaning. The collective wisdom of academia, policymaker, youth, and social service partner will guide this important conversation. It is my great pleasure to warmly welcome respected Vice Chancellor, Director, Dean, Principal, whose visionary leadership continue to inspire academic excellence and responsibility. I also extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed national and international panelists, moderator, guest speaker, scribe, timekeeper, technical team, delegates, academician, industry expert, research scholar, and my dear students. Your presence and participations truly enrich this gathering. Today, we unite to shape a value driven and compassionate future. I wish everyone a meaningful, enriching, and successful conference. Now it is my pleasure to warmly welcome once again and introduce our moderator for today, Mr. Amrish Horti, a former director at KPMG India with rich experience in people and leadership development, transformation and change management, and environmentally sustainable development. He is actively associated with Universal Human Values Initiative and contribute as a UHV team member for the Southwestern region of India, supporting value-based education and also holistic development initiatives. With due respect, I now invite Mr. Amrish Horte to kindly take over as the moderator for this session. This session hand over to Mr. Amrish Horte.
Thank you, Dr. S. Kumarani, for the introduction and the kind words. Namaste and a very warm welcome to everyone who has joined the session today. Before we begin the discussion, I would like to briefly set a context for our theme, which is a vision for empowering youth to address the SDGs at the root through a holistic, value-driven approach. According to UNESCO, the world today has about 1.2 billion young people, and nearly 90% of them live in developing countries. These are the regions where environmental sustainability, social equitability, and inclusive development are most needed. Therefore, empowering youth is not a choice, it is essential now. A holistic, value driven approach helps youth connect right understanding with right skills and turn those skills into a meaningful action. When education combines values with competence, young people are better prepared to create solutions that are ethical, inclusive, and truly aligned with the spirit of the SDGs. Today's panel, we will explore how academic institutions, educators, and policy frameworks can nurture this vision so that youth are empowered not just as implementers of the projects, but as thoughtful leaders capable of addressing challenges at their root. With this context, now I'd like to briefly discuss key points which emerged from our yesterday's academic panel discussion on SWOT analysis of today's youth to address SDG. So I'll quickly say the important and key points and then we'll further move on. So the very first point which emerged yesterday, I wanted to share with you is youth embody the potential of transformation when guided by universal human values, without which there is a risk that they will become part of the contradictions they need to solve. The second important point came out yesterday was sensitivity and empathy of youth is very high. Need to guide and motivate youth to channelize their energies in the right direction so that they can address SDGs holistically. The third point which emerged yesterday was universities should provide a platform for students and design the environment in such a manner so as to make them as partners in the process and decision makers. Setting up AI labs, innovation labs, so on, can be an initiatives around youth. The fourth point which emerged was around short-term gratification culture among the youth to be addressed. Make them competent to see real needs versus artificial needs. Because of the influence of social media, I think it is they're distracting and they're looking at the short-term things. The fifth point which emerged in the discussion was around SDG content to be spread across all the subjects being taught to the students in the college. The last and important point was around shifting institutional culture. I think we need to look at with a different lens today. Shifting that culture from competition to cooperation, accumulation to prosperity, pleasure based to wisdom based happiness, individual success to collective well being, short term versus long term gains. These are some of the things which came out. I thought I'll share with you, which will help us with further discussion today on the academic panel. With this learning, now I would like to welcome and introduce our esteemed panelists for today's discussion. I would like to start with Sir Satyanarayan sir. Yesterday we missed to introduce you. So today I will start with you. So Professor K. Satyanarayan Reddy sir has over 37 years of experience in teaching and academic administration in undergraduate and postgraduate engineering programs, along with 19 years of research experience and 3 years of industry experience. He has successfully guided 7 research scholars in computer science and engineering, has a strong experience with NBA and NAC accreditation, NRIF rankings, and NEP 2020 implementation. He has published 84 research papers and holds 3 granted patents with 2 additional patents published. His strengths include teaching, research, administration, and team leadership. He is known for his ability to lead, motivate, and manage teams effectively. Welcome, Professor Satyanarayan Reddy. Sir, you are on mute. You want to say something?
Namaste to all the August panel members and looking forward for having rich interaction of everybody's experience here. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Moving on, I would like to now introduce Professor Dr. Nihar Ranjan Biswas. He is a Vice Chancellor of Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth, Pondicherry. Previously, he served as a Director and Vice Chancellor of the Indira Gandhi Institute of Medical Sciences, Patna, Bihar. He also held leadership roles as a Director of Mahavir Vatsalaya Hospital and Mahavir Heart Foundation, Patna. At the international level, he served as a Government of India advisor to the B.P. Koirala Institute of Health Sciences and as a honorary professor of clinical pharmacology at B.P. Koirala Institute of Health Science, Dharan, Nepal. He has actively participated in global academic discourse and attended the International Conference on Human Values in Bhutan. reflecting his commitment to value-based education and global collaboration. Welcome, Professor Nihar Ranjan Biswas. Sir, you want to unmute and speak? Okay. Let's move on. I would like to now introduce Dr. Nirbhay Kumar Mishra. Nirbhay Kumar Mishra is the Dean of Management and Commerce at Vikrant University, Gwalior. He previously served as a professor of general management and head of the fellow program in management at Dr. D.Y. Patil B School, Pune. He holds a PhD in business ethics from IIT Kanpur and brings over 21 years of academic experience in teaching, research, and academic leadership. With a 33 Scopus indexed publications, he is a member of Advisory Council of Harvard Business School Review and actively contributes to course development for national digital education platforms, including Swayam. His academic and research interests include the Sustainable Development Goals, artificial intelligence, business ethics, India and Western philosophy, and ethics in technology and global management. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Nirbhay Mishra.
Sir, Pranam to everyone, and I hope that I'm audible to everyone and quite visible. So, am I audible
Yes,
to
sir,
everyone?
you are audible. I think voice is little low. I probably, I don't know,
Okay.
you may want to
Okay, fine.
look into it.
So,
Sure.
Pranam to everyone. Thanks, I appreciate for this kind introduction. And very timely, we are here to discuss very, pertinent topic, how to engage youth in developing value-based ecosystem within the university culture. And the agenda is very, need of hour, I must say. And I have been working on this agenda since a decade. Earlier in my career from GLA University to D.Y. Patil B School, and now Vikrant University. And I found very good structure here because beside the management department, we have developed a very good SDG ecosystem. That is a pond, a big pond we have developed for our eco-sustainable practices to observe. And then we have very good waste management system also. So we are going to include this, SDG-oriented consciousness development program in our orientation itself. So Vikrant University is very opportune to find this event. Thank you very much for this introduction.
Perfect. Still, you can look into your voice. It's little low. Probably
Yes,
something can be done around. Okay, so let's move on. I would now like to use another very experienced panelist, Dr. Bhagwanalu. Dr. Bhagwanalu has over 28 years of experience in teaching and research. He obtained his PhD from IIT Madras and completed his postdoctoral fellowship at Fluid Control Research Institute, Palakkad, Kerala. He has published 165 research papers in a reputed peer-reviewed journals, national and international conference proceedings, authored 8 book chapters and holds 4 patents. He is a recipient of Excellence in Engineering Education Award from MWH Soft Inc. USA. He has mentored numerous young faculty members and inspired many through his lectures on ICT in education. Quality teaching methods and outcome-based educations as well, he is contributed a lot. Currently, he serves as a pro-president research affairs at Vivekananda Global University. Welcome, Dr. D.V.S. Bhagwanalu.
Namaste, Amresh ji. Namaste to all panelists. I am very happy to join in this panel member. I am working in SDG and also in UHV for the last 15 years. Even I developed some of the courses in my university. Hope that this panel discussion will be excellent and also fruitful.
Sir, I think we will get benefit from your rich experience. Now, I would like to introduce Dr. Vijay Kumar Radadia. He is currently working as an associate professor in the School of Business and as a director, Career Development Center at Aura University, Surat, Gujarat. He brings over 15 years of academic experience in teaching, mentoring, and academic administration. Associated with universal human values since 2020, he actively promotes sustainability driven innovation in education and practice. He is a certified master trainer and a lead assessor for management, entrepreneurship, and professional skill under Skill India, accredited by National Skill Development Corporation. Welcome, Dr. Vijay Kumar.
Dhanyawad, sir. Namaskar to everyone. Thank you for having me here. I will be happy to share my views at this forum. Thank you.
Welcome, Vijay Kumar. So now, moving on, I would now introduce our next panelist, Professor Harikumar Urugunti. He is a professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at NIT Warangal, India, with over 15 years of academic experience. He has played a key leadership role in implementing universal human values initiatives at NIT Warangal, including leading the UHV-based student induction program and conducting UHV programs for faculty, staff, and senior management. He has taught the UHV course and voluntarily facilitates value-based programs across Telugu states through an NGO. His academic contributions include 60 plus publications, 5 funded projects, 8 patents, and the successful guidance of 7 PhD scholars. Welcome, Professor Harikumar Uruganti. I saw Harikumar joined the panel. Professor Harikumar, if you are speaking, you are on mute. You may want to unmute.
Yes, sir. He is inside only.
Is there? Is on mute. Okay, we'll come back. No worries. Let me introduce our next panelist, Ms. Akshita Saji. She is an assistant professor in the Department of Humanities at Amalajyoti Engineering College of Engineering, Kanjirapalli, with a strong background in English language teaching and humanities. She integrates sustainable development goals into engineering education, with a particular emphasis on quality education, ethics, empathy, and social responsibility. Her teaching approach is grounded in universal human values, focusing on self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and value-based decision making. Through a holistic and activity-oriented pedagogy, she works towards empowering youth to address societal challenges at their root and contributes meaningfully to sustainable development. Welcome, Ms. Akshita. You are on mute. Please unmute. We can't hear you. You have to unmute.
I think the headphones are hurdle.
Yeah. Try remove headphone and try to speak.
So am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah, you are perfectly all right now.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity, and I'm very pleased and also for that kind welcome. So I'm very pleased to be a part of this academic panel, and I'm really grateful for the opportunities to engage in a very meaningful session on empowering youth to address the SDGs through a holistic and value-driven approach. I look forward to learning from my fellow panelists and sharing perspectives from an educational standpoint. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, I think it's a quick learning. We faced this yesterday also. Some of you are using a headphone. Try taking it out and speak. It will work.
Okay, sir. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, I would now introduce next panelist, Gauri Nandana PR. She is currently serving as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering at TKM College of Engineering, Kollam, Kerala. She is pursuing her PhD at Amrita University with her research focused on water management and migration strategies in fuel cell system. With 3 years of teaching experience, her academic and research interests include fuel cell technology, water and waste management, nanotechnology, and sustainable energy systems. She is also served as a state-level evaluator for the Young Innovator Program organized by the Kerala Development and Innovation Strategy Council. Now, I would like to welcome Gauri Nandan PR.
Thank to all honorable panel members. Thank you, sir, for the kind introduction. I'm happy to be a part of this discussion on empowering the youth to address the SDGs. Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Now, let me introduce our next panelist, Dr. Vanchana Singh, PhD from IIT Delhi in physics. With an academic experience of 20 years, she is currently associated with UHV for last 8 years. She is a member of National Coordination Committee, AICTE, and she is actively involved in UHV activities nationwide. Welcome, Dr. Vanchana.
Namaste, Amreshji, and namaste to all the panelists present over here. It's a pleasure to be part of this discussion.
Okay, so now I would like to introduce one more panelist, Dr. G. Prashanti. Professor G. Prashanti is a senior professor of mechanical engineering with a granted patent and serves as an evaluator of government-funded research projects. She has guided numerous research scholars and has an impressive record of publications in reputed journals. She has been serving the university in various administrative positions for the last 16 years, demonstrating strong academic and leadership capabilities. In recognition of her contributions to the higher education, she has received the Andhra Pradesh State Best University Teacher Award in 2018. Since 2020, she has been serving as a AICTE Regional Coordinator and as a mentor of the National Coordination Committee Subcommittee for the Student Induction Program, Universal Human Values. Welcome, Dr. G. Prashanti.
Thank you for that introduction, Shri Amresh Hoti.
Okay, I think now it's time to move on and request our panelist, Dr. G. Prashanti, to present the UHV point of view for today's discussion, which will help us with further discussions. Now, I may request Dr. G. Prashanti to take over and help us with UHV point of view.
Fine, Shri Amresh. Let me share my screen.
Sure. Please go ahead.
Are you able to see?
Coming up there. Yes, we are able to see. You may want to keep it on a full screen mode.
Yeah. Somehow it's not allowing me. Yeah. A warm welcome once again to all of you to this 10th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education 2025. As you know, the theme is empowering youth through value-driven education for a happy and peaceful world. And we are in the Sustainable Development Panel goal now. In yesterday's session, the SWOT analysis of today's youth to address the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals is discussed. we see the need for reframing the path to achieve these SDGs through holistic, universal human values perspective. For this, on day 2, I'm happily here before you to put forth the vision for UHV point of view. This roadmap to achieve SDGs through you. You have seen yesterday when you are discussing about the roots of sustainability, the nature has 4 orders: the physical order, bio order, animal order, and human order. And seen that all the 3 orders are living in mutual fulfillment and are sustainable, and these orders are physical order, bio order, and animal order. But who wants the sustainability? Who is living unsustainable in nature? And what is this sustainability we are talking about? We have seen that the basic aspirations of any human being is to be happy and prosperous, and that too in continuity. And we also have seen that except human being, all the other 3 orders are in mutual fulfillment manner. So it is the human being who wants the sustainability with the nature. So when we talk of this, there are some fundamental questions which are required to be pondered upon to ensure the basic aspirations. Have we understood the real meaning of happiness? Have we understood the real meaning of prosperity? And what preparation is required in everyone to live a sustainable life? And we'll be concentrating on you more also. It is same for any human being. And the basic requirement to live a sustainable life, we have also seen that with the priority given to the right understanding of the self and the relationship with the human beings, the human being will be able to understand the need of the physical facility and will be able to live in harmony at all levels of being, the individual, family, society, nature, or existence. So, for the mutual happiness and mutual prosperity, these are required for the human being. Now, with this, let us see the proposals and with them the challenges that are identified for us to go ahead. Now, if you see about the vision, a strong vision is required for us to create a generation of life-ready, family-ready, society-ready, the value-driven youth who can actively contribute in achieving these SDGs. Because we see today, the youth are oriented towards the wealth-ready and materialistic. If they have awareness regarding this happiness and prosperity, definitely there will be the shift from just knowing these SDGs, which is all along available now through this technological development, the World Wide Web, and they will move towards the awareness of SDGs from that to the ownership of these SDGs. For this, a strong education policy and practice with universal human values approach is necessary for the sustainable transformation, so that we can ensure this SDGs through empowered and value-driven youth in our society. Now, coming to this vision, let us see the proposals and with them the challenges that are identified for the transformation of youth at the root level. To start with, understanding of human being is required. The clarity about the coexistence of the consciousness, it is self and material, that is body, is required. The right understanding of happiness and prosperity is required. The clarity about wisdom-based happiness and happiness drawn from sensual pleasure is to be there. Whether the youth wants holistic development or is the focus only on material development is to be thought of. Clarity about nature and human relationship is the human to coexist with nature or for maximizing profit, you see to exploit the nature is to be thought of. Clarity about cooperative living in society instead of competitive individualism is to be discussed. The clarity also whether to develop the contextual and participatory technologies or to strive only for the detached and dominant technologies is to be looked into. When it comes to the knowledge system, clarity about the integrated wisdom or working for the fragmented disciplines is to be again discussed. Now let us see one by one. First about the human being. Here the proposal from our side is that human being is a coexistence of the consciousness and the body. First, this clarity about human being is required because it is very important for the youth to see that the body and the self coexistent. If we try to understand self and body separately, it could be understood on the basis of the need. The needs of the self and the body are of two different types. As we see, fulfilling one cannot fulfill the other. The need of the self is happiness, and if someone expresses the feeling of respect for you, we feel very happy about it. Respect is one of the needs of the self. Similarly, trust and some other feelings are also there. We see the self needs the feeling continuously to be happy. We cannot quantify these feelings. Can we say that we need half kg of respect or half kg of trust? No, we cannot say that. So if you look at the need of the body, it is the physical facility. For example, food is required, but can human being consume it continuously? Is it limited or unlimited? We see that this need is temporary and quantitative. We also see that by giving food only to the human being, you cannot ensure respect. And by giving respect only, food is not ensured. Both are essential and both of them have to be fulfilled separately for human being. This is just one example of physical facility I'm putting forth before you. We also see that the need of the self is fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling, while the need of the body is fulfilled by the physiochemical things. The need of consciousness, that is self, is fulfilled by the activities of consciousness only, while the need of material body is fulfilled by material things. Most of the youth are thinking themselves as the body only and concentrating on the needs of the body, which can be fulfilled by materials, which is temporary. This clarity is required before we move towards the SDGs. Once it is clear, many needs like happiness, trust, respect can be ensured. Their emotional dependence on others get reduced. Once external dependency on physical facility get reduced, this will make them to move towards the SDGs 3, 5, 10, 12 and 16. So good health and well-being, gender equality, reduced inequalities, responsible consumption and production, peace, justice and strong institutions. Now when we come to the next one, the clarity of basic aspirations about happiness and prosperity. Now let us understand first about the happiness. Clarity of happiness is required for sustenance of happiness, and a vision is required in youth that can inculcate in them the real meaning of happiness. Two kinds of happiness can be there. Happiness from sensual pleasure and wisdom-based happiness. Can you answer what is required for us or for the youth? On the chat, you can just answer. Which one? Sensual-based pleasure or wisdom-based happiness? Yes, wisdom-based happiness. So when human being try to achieve happiness through sensation, it is very temporary in nature. If human being is not happy within, he will depend on outside indulgences. This cannot ensure continuous happiness. The real happiness is to have harmony at all levels of being, individual level, family level, society level, nature or existence in continuity. This can be ensured with right understanding in self and right feeling in self. All the 9 feelings which are listed here: trust, respect, affection, care, guidance, reverence, glory, gratitude, and love. They all will make the conduct of human being definite and self-organized. When this clarity is there, all these SDGs 3, 4, 12, and 16, good health and well-being, quality education, responsible consumption and production, peace, justice, and strong institutions can be naturally achieved. When we move on to the prosperity, for the sustainability of happiness and prosperity, we need to discuss about the clarity of prosperity. What is the impression today? The impression today is accumulation of more and more physical facility. That is only prosperity. If everyone on the earth is accumulating more and more, can we achieve sustainability of resources together? Is it possible? So it's not possible. So clarity of prosperity is to be ensured in our youth. So prosperity is the feeling of having more than the required physical facility. To have a feeling of prosperity, 2 things are required. First is the right assessment of physical needs along with their required quantity. And next is ensuring the availability, production of more than required physical quantity with right skills. A prosperous person thinks of right utilization and nurturing the other, while a deprived person thinks of accumulation and exploiting the other, isn't it? So, if this is the kind of the feeling that is inculcated, we see that we have the feeling of sharing. This culture of sharing comes with a proper understanding of prosperity alone. So once we have the clarity, or the youth has this clarity, we can achieve SDGs 1, 8, 10, and 12. No poverty, decent work and economic growth, reduced inequalities, responsible consumption and production, either directly or indirectly. Now, when it comes to the development, we need to work for the holistic development rather than materialistic development. Holistic development is a development that makes every consciousness capable to live happily, capable to ensure emotional stability, capable to ensure physical stability. Such kind of vision is required to ensure sustainability in every living. This is ensured through holistic development only. So when a person is able to ensure right understanding in self, and with this, he can ensure mutual happiness in relationships and mutual prosperity with the rest of nature, the transformation from animal consciousness to human consciousness will happen. As you see here, if the youth are with the animal consciousness, the priority is first given to the physical facility, next the others will be there. But once the transformation occurs, then the priority is for the right understanding in the self and the right relationship with the human beings. And with this, he will know how much of the quality can be taken from the nature. So he can live with mutual happiness and mutual prosperity. So this we say is the human consciousness. If such kind of vision is put into our youth, and if such kind of thought is coming from our education system, then only we can move towards the SDGs. Once the youth are prepared for holistic vision, not for materialistic vision, then we can naturally achieve this 3, 4, 12, and 16 SDGs. Good health and well-being, quality education, responsible consumption and production, again the peace, justice, and strong institutions. So next, coming to this social order, we need to achieve cooperative living in place of competitive individualism. Collaboration is required to achieve sustainability. If the youth are always in competition, competing with each other for many things, they cannot be at harmony with oneself and the other. Collective working can lead to mutual prosperity, and that is fulfilling. Such kind of vision where the youth are able to live in collaborative manner rather than competitive manner is necessary, then we can achieve with clarity in the youth the 4, 8, 10, 11, and 16 SDGs: quality education, decent work and economic growth, reduced inequality, sustainable cities and communities, peace, justice, and strong institutions. So these can be naturally achieved. Next point, coming to the technology, the youth are working day and night for developing the technology. Are they working for detached technologies, dominant technologies, or working for contextual and participatory technologies? For sustainability, we need to develop vision in youth and clarity about where they can go for the contextual and participatory technologies. So this will help to achieve the SDGs 4, 9, 11, 12, 13, and 16 directly or indirectly. Now, when it comes to the knowledge systems, for sustainability, we see that integrated wisdom is to be worked upon, but we are preparing youth for fragmented disciplines. They consider their own discipline or study area is superior or above than other disciplines. We see that even the research is becoming multidisciplinary, inclined towards a product development or a particular tangible outcome. We need to ensure the vision of integrated system where all can be placed to achieve a common thing. So that kind of integrated wisdom is required in your youth. With such clarity, we can achieve this 4, 3, 12, 16, 17 SDGs. Now, with this, we can shift focus from symptom solving to root cause. Rather than prepare the youth to work on symptoms, we can prepare the youth to work on root cause of the problem. For example, let us take the problem of poverty, pollution, or inequality. If we are preparing the youth for unlimited growth and consumerism, then this problem of poverty, pollution, inequality will naturally emerge. So we need to work on a holistic vision so that our students can be prepared to live in a holistic manner and move towards sustainability. So if we work for such type of worldview with universal human order, we will be able to work for all these SDGs directly or indirectly. So in conclusion, I could say that with such kind of vision, we can naturally see the SDGs happening. UHV is working for such kind of wisdom in this country. One of these such platform we are seeing here in this international conference. Once these issues are discussed on this platform, it will in youth awaken the inner self and an attitude of trusteeship towards society and nature. This will enable the youth to be more responsible and naturally contribute to the realization of SDGs. You know, the end of the education is character. With this shift, we hope the young people emerge as leaders with values, and this will be carried further by younger generations. Thank you, one and all, for giving me this opportunity. I hand over the session to the moderator, Mr. Amrish Hote.
Thank you, Dr. G. Prashanti, for sharing insightful UHV point of view. Your reflections have set a meaningful context for our further discussions. let's move on. I just want to have a quick check. Professor Hari Kumar is back in the session. I just wanted to check because I heard everyone. So
Yeah, I'm available.
Okay, you're welcome, Hari. So we could not hear you that time. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. So I think it's important for us to understand some rules on the time because we need to be on time and very efficient. So I'll try to help you quickly with some points here. Let's keep our responses concise, around 3 minutes. You will hear an alarm at 3 minutes exactly to balance time amongst the panelists. It is very, very important. All can share your perspectives on strengths, challenges, and opportunities, and keep your reflections focused on youth and their role in realizing SDGs. That's our discussion all about today. Also, you can keep the space open, reflective, and collaborative, more like a dialogue of insights. And kindly keep your video on throughout the duration of the panel discussion. That will help while you are speaking. Okay. With this, I would like to now ask very first question to Professor K. Satyanarayan Reddy. How does viewing sustainability as coexistence change national and international SDG strategies?
Thank you, Amresh sir. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. I would like to, mention over here, I am a regular reader of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, where happily all the SDGs are covered. So here our government is also trying its level best to, implement SDGs through Jal Jeevan Mission, Poshan Abhiyan, and National Education Policy. We must create a total awareness about these programs amongst our youth. That is very important, and I also feel that this education should not start at degree level. It should start from primary education level. That will help, because these children only are going to become youth someday, and they are the one who will build the nation the way we want. So my feel is that they should be caught young. So another thing is that youth should always be engaging into habit-based, responsibility. That means whatever responsible behavior should come or expected from youth should become their habit actually. I would like to inform that, they should consume less water wherever, like I have seen some people use water very lavishly, and we know that this is very, scarce, this thing. Then carbon footprint, this they must reduce at annual level, wherever they are, means at institution level, at home, wherever is possible. And they should always take part in the student-led sustainability committees, part of it, so that awareness becomes big, some, committee or the other. And I feel that, impact of well-being and learning environment should be a continuous process. It should not be like somebody is coming to the institution, training them, and then going away. These people are forgetting. No, it should be a continuous process. And every institute to train these youth should work on 3 to 5 year institutional sustainability roadmap. They should prepare and make all the students follow these, like our institution, we are zero plastic, institution. Then we are going in for solar panels. Most of our electricity need is taken care by the solar panels, solar energy that we have done. And we are making our students very much aware about all these things. So I should last add that all these youth should avoid overconsumption. Then they should not get alienated from nature. They should be always, grounded, remain connected with the nature. And fragmented social relationships are very, very dangerous. Now we are seeing literally 13% of the marriages are leading to divorces. Somewhere I am really concerned as a Vice Chancellor. So thank you very much once again for giving me an opportunity to present my ideas. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, sir. I think you have touched upon most of the important points. I think small initiatives and small steps towards sustainability, and those can become a part of the larger strategy. Thank you so much for your insights. Now, I would like to invite and ask a question, Dr. Nirbhay Kumar Mishra ji. The question is, why is clarity of basic human aspirations, happiness and prosperity essential for long-term SDG success?
Sir, my point here, when we talk about the long-term success, rather I should say long-term ecosystem sustainability. So first of all, we have to understand the very human nature and how this human nature is formally structured on certain values. Like when we talk about the love and respect. So we have to train our budding students, right, in terms of this love and respect and attaching with the care. So this model, love, respect, and care, I must say that it is also emphasized in the feminist value model also. But I see when we do orientation, then we have to, instigate this consciousness building program to our young budding students when we go through the orientation program, because love, respect, and care, what I feel, these are the fundamental universal values, first of all, and these are sustainable values, because you see, all the other values, they have got certain utilitarian aspects connected with the overall, greater good. But when we talk about the respect, respect is something which is a very integral part of the human nature, and there we can actually form the universal commitment for the all human beings. So what I feel, as we are doing also in the Vikrant University, when I joined here, I was working on the orientation program manual. Then I said that, look, we have a Kheti Wala project. Our chancellor has given this 40-acre land to give the orientation to students only, to go and connect with the respect, love, and care with the nature, first of all. When you connect with the nature, first of all, with the sense of the care, love, and respect, then you come back to our on campus. Then this will be exercised in your academic behavior also. Because academic behavior becomes very abstract when we are not connected with the nature through practicing certain values. So what I feel, these fundamental values are very essential. But the point is that it's not only matter of teaching and conversation. We have to develop some, pathways. Look, when we go through the SDG report, recent report, then only 17% goals are somehow meeting the criteria and achieving the goal by timeline 2020. More than 50% don't have the right pathways to achieve. And that is where we have to understand how we are going to, develop this consciousness in our youth. How youth will understand how to achieve SDG. See, SDG is a very complex system with 17 different goals, 16 goals and 17 how to achieve at the international level. But the point is that we have to simply involve such practices, basic practices, like connecting them with the nature, having some land, some project sort of thing, introduced with the orientation. And that's where I see our chancellor's sir approach is very nice. When I joined this university, he brought me first on the Kheti Wala project. I was surprised why he's bringing me there, because he has got very, down to earth approach to connect with the academic systems. So I proposed this model that all the university system should, from the very, orientation program, they should connect with the nature, and then they have to have some sort of courses to teach these fundamental values with certain practices and projects. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I think you touched upon the points in the consumption-driven solutions and enabling through sustainable development is possible through that. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's move on with our next question. I would like to ask Professor Dr. Nihar Ranjan Biswas ji. I would like to ask the question, how can clarity about the basic human aspirations of happiness and prosperity guide youth towards meaningful SDG action? Yeah, Ranjanji, is question clear? I can repeat if you want. Sir, you are on mute, please. Unmute, please.
Yeah.
Sir, question is clear.
Yeah, question is clear, but you can hear now?
I can hear it. You
Okay,
are clear.
In fact, we are discussing very pertinent subject these 3 days, because now, unfortunately, these youth is going, rather they are derailed. They are not going through the right path, because unless the education and value comes together, so value and money is not same, because now people are mainly money oriented, because I am a vice chancellor of a health university, and in MBBS course the parents are giving more than 1 crore, and immediately the students after passing they're thinking how to recover that money, and that is very bad sign in our future generation. So I appreciate your effort, and I attended on this human value program in Bhutan. I remember 2015. Of course, due to other commitment, I could not keep in touch with you. But this time, it's good that you kept me. So I'll give some of my thinking about this education and value. Education is the most powerful force for shaping the future of humanity. That is, everybody will accept this sentence. Now, our true purpose lies not only in imparting knowledge and skills, but in empowering youth with a clear vision to live meaningfully and responsibly, so that they will be a good citizen of the country, not only as a nationality, but as an international, as an world citizen. And this world is like a small village, and this interconnected world, so they should, because we are thinking that we will be developed country, as our prime minister told that by 2047 India should be developed country, Viksit Bharat. But Viksit Bharat only not it's a land, it's a building, it is the citizen. And after 20 years, will not nobody of us will be there. Our children, our students will be there. So unless we grow them properly, so we cannot be a developed nation. That is very important. So this education to live together as a world family that calls for nurturing values of unity, mutual respect, tolerance, and inclusiveness. These are very important criteria. In a world marked by diversity, education must help young minds transcend boundaries of culture, language, and geography, and recognize the shared humanity that binds us all. Because we are teaching them, we don't know where they will work. They may stay in the country, they may go abroad, but this value, what we imbibe them, what we tell them now, that will be their future. And so by fostering this global citizenship and intercultural understanding, education prepares youth to work collaboratively for peace and sustainable development. Because out of this 17 UN SDG, our area is education and health. And these are very two important area. Apart from, of course, agriculture, they give the food for everybody. Then climate change is also very important. But all are interconnected. So there should be human society that emphasizes compassion, empathy, justice, and social responsibility, and that encourages youth to be sensitive to the needs of others, not only for myself, ourselves, it should be for everybody, not me and my family. We should think, our students should think, they should be trained like that, that they should think for others, to uphold the dignity and equality, and to contribute actively to the welfare of the society. Such education nurtures ethical leadership and inspires service, ensure that progress is guided by humanity and consciousness. This Dr. Prashant, this lecture, I really I was impressed by her thinking that the human body is panchabhut se bana hua, kiti ab tej marut bhumi, and the self, the soul, that is important, the consciousness and happiness. The soul only get happiness. The body cannot get happiness. Our organ, our mouth, our tongue, that cannot be unless the soul, and soul happiness is most important, and that is permanent. So our vision is to create this learning environment that promote holistic development in intellectual, emotional, social, and moral, so that youth emerge as responsible global citizens and compassionate leaders, empowered with vision and values. So today's youth can build a world family rooted in harmony and a society enriched by humanity. So thank you very much, Dr. Amresh, for giving me chance to share my ideas, and I hope a best and a good 3 days program. Thank you very much.
Sir, and apologies for giving you the small time window, because that's a model what we have. I think the question which I asked, it can go on with an answer. Thank you so much for your insights. I think one of the thing I can absolutely agree with you, that we have become more transactional than experiential life, which we want to experience on this earth. Thank you so much for your insights. Thank you for being here. Now I would like to ask the next question to Ms. Akshita. What shift is required from pleasure-driven growth to wisdom-based well-being to make development sustainable? Akshita, can you hear me? Akshita, if you're, please speak. If you're on mute.
Hello? Hello,
Yeah, I
am
can
I?
hear you now. Your video
Yes.
is off.
Okay, because I have some network issues. So I'll try to switch on my camera.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question, so from my perspective, so one of the key challenges is achieving, am I
Yeah, you are
now?
visible and
Yeah.
audible as well. Please go ahead.
Okay, sorry, thank you. So from my perspective, one of the key challenges in achieving sustainable development is our society's heavy reliance on pleasure-driven growth, right? That's what I'm thinking. And this approach just focuses on material accumulation, consumptions, and instant gratification, which may provide temporary happiness, but often leads to inequality, environmental degradation, and social imbalance. Okay, so for example, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead.
So thank you. So, for example, so for example, in contrast, wisdom-based well-being emphasize understanding, reflection, alignment with universal human values such as compassion, responsibility, harmony. Um, wisdom encourages like individuals to make choices that not only satisfy immediate needs, but also promote long-term human ecological well-being. That's what I'm thinking. And especially for youth, this shift means moving from chasing superficial pleasure like status, wealth, convenience, to developing a deeper understanding of what constitutes true happiness and prosperity. Uh, then also, when growth is guided by wisdom, it is considered the impact of on society, on environment, and on future generations also, right? Rather than not only focusing on the personal gain. Like in practical terms, we can say that this could translate into adopting sustainable consumption habits, ethical innovations, and community-focused initiatives also. Then ensuring that development contributes meaningfully to SDGs. Ultimately, so sustainable development is possible only when happiness and progress are rooted in wisdom rather than fleeting pleasure. That's what I'm thinking about this question, sir.
I think you did say the right thing, saying that guided by right understanding is very, very essential, and that makes conscious consumption and make development sustainable. Thank you so much, Akshita, for your insights. Now, I would like to put across a question to Professor Harikumar Uruganti. How can strengthening relationships help youth address SDGs like peace, justice, and equality?
Yeah, thank you, Amresh.
Is question clear, Hari? You want me to repeat otherwise?
No, question is question.
Okay.
It's about
Please go ahead.
strengthening relationships. Again, it is when it comes to SDG, one is to have systems, solutions, that is in terms of certain form of physical facilities that are in coexist with the environment. That is one aspect. That is the physical, in fact, most parameters are physical aspects only. But for these solutions to come, one is to work for those solutions, which is actually as such is not very difficult. The main part why, I mean, we are not adapting, we are not following is what is lacking in the perspective or the development of the individual itself. And why does that happen is that as of now, I mean, it's a part of evolution. It is part of the nature that certain evolution happened, but further evolution of the consciousness is a work in progress. And is expected that, it's a certain point in that evolutionary stage, we don't see the relationships. We don't see relationship with, with the fellow humans and with the other entities, whether it is with the nature, with other elements of the nature. Because once we see that relationship, we cannot do anything wrong. Right? As of now, also many things we may be doing wrong, but wherever we see a relationship, there we cannot go wrong. Right? We try to fulfill this. So whatever damage that happens is purely that as of now, my evolution is to not that extent that actually I'm related to the rest of the environment or rest of the people. It's okay for me to, for my convenience, that I exploit other units. These units can be conscious units where other people are exploited, or other elements in the nature are exploited. Right? Because I don't exploit anybody whom I relate, right? I don't exploit my own family members. Right? But other members, right, I'm okay to the exploit. So it is in a way, and then we are bringing laws, we are bringing, many punishments and policies of these things. And then again, you will find a way to how to circumvent this law, right? So the justice is not there to ensure justice. So much of law, justice system and many other things can be there, but they can only, control the damage. But the fundamental shift that is that has to happen is completely inside every human being, and it's a process. It's a long process, and it's perfectly fine that it is not there now, and it is expected to be there in the future. It's a long way, and very happy that we are having this discussion, and that's how we progress. Thank you.
I think very good insights, Hari, from you. I think one of the things which you talked about is the relationship. I think the elements of trust, empathy, and mutual respect towards each other, I think is very, very essential to resolve any conflicts. Thank you so much for that insights. Now, I would like to move on with the next question to Gauri Nandan. Why must policy move from symptom solving to addressing root causes like consumerism and unlimited growth? Gauri, you are around?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Is question clear to you? You want me to repeat?
Could you repeat it?
Okay. Why must policy move from symptom solving to addressing root causes like consumerism and unlimited growth?
Okay, that's an important question because many of the current policies it's actually well intentioned, but it's not really effective. So, from my perspective, policy must be beyond symptom solving because symptoms keep recurring when root causes remain untouched. So that's because when we control pollution, but pollution comes back, we address inequality to temporary measures, but inequality widens again. So this tells us that we are treating the outcome, but not the source. So consumerism and the idea of unlimited growth lie at the root of many sustainability challenges. And when the society is driven by excessive consumption, natural resources are over-extracted. So naturally, waste increases and social inequalities deepen. So no amount of regulation or technology can fully offset this if the underlying mindset remains the same. So symptoms-based policies, they often rely on end-of-life solutions like pollution control, then compensation schemes, or corrective regulation. So for youth, the shift is especially important. If policy continues to promote unlimited growth as success, young people inherit an unsustainable system. So according to my perspective, symptom solving to addressing root causes. So in essence, moving from symptom solving to addressing root causes, there's a difference between managing crises repeatedly and building a sustainable future once and for all. So for you, this shift is especially important. The policies continues to promote this unlimited growth as success. So, but when policy addresses these root causes, it actually creates a space for the youth to innovate responsibly, live consciously, and contribute to long-term social and ecological balance. So that's my perspective on this question.
Thank you so much for your insights on this question. I think this is a larger thing to look at, that what is the need and what is the consumption, where to draw the line. All these important things are around this question. Thank you for putting across your viewpoints on this. Now, moving on with the next question, Dr. Vijay Kumar, I would like to ask this question to you. How can youth transition from competition, individualism to cooperative living while working towards SDGs? Dr.
So,
Vijay Kumar.
Namaste. Ji,
Namaste.
am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible or visible also.
Thank you. So basically, it is a rat race in all the field, whether it is medical or maybe this. One of the panelists has already narrated that the fees are so high that they are, sticking like we need to collect the fees again, and then they are, damaging to the entire society. So whether it is any field, the rat race is going on, but people are not thinking that we have to create our USP in whatsoever field we are, and that USP can be created by the implementing the SDGs at the right place. For example, if I'm innovating some solution, and if I will keep the SDG in the center, definitely I will get the lot of government benefit, and that's where youth can lead into the change rather than in the competitive environment. They can become the change maker into the society. There are many examples in our state only. For example, two of my students, Rizon Solar, might be you know the name very well. They are just 31. What they have done is they have gone out of the way. All the electrical engineers were planning to go for the job, the government as well as into the sector. While these students have started doing that, how we can contribute to the nation also, how we can contribute to the environment also, and how we can contribute to the society by bringing the change into like how we can reduce the thermal dependency for the electricity, and we can implement the solar. And that's how they have started with the solar manufacturing, and within the 8 years, they are now the giant. I can say that they are in the top 5 youngsters in the country who are around 3,950 crore. They are making the money. But the thing is that the youth should be able to focus on the SDGs in a way that simplifying the fundamental of sustainable development goals can definitely make them out of the competition, and definitely it can be helpful to the entire society and the world at large. Thank you.
Absolutely, Vijay Kumar. I think somebody was sharing with me that we have reached a stage where the now young generation is looking for an appointment of their parents to meet them. So one of my colleagues was sharing in the past that privacy thing, which is the new disease, which is getting into that generation. So that's where that individualism, which is now growing too much. I think we need to address that to make people to be in collaborative mode and in a cooperative living is very essential for SDGs. Thank you so much, Vijay Kumar, for your insights. Now, I would like to invite one of our senior experienced panelists, Dr. DVS Bhagwanulu, to help with his insights on this question. What does the shift from dominant technology to contextual and participatory technology mean for the youth-led SDG initiatives?
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, sir. See, now the present generation is very good in using the technology, right? Either you take AI, right? So one of the important technology being everybody is using now drastically. So what we did in our university is with students, we made as a green army, right? Originally, later we named that one as a green club. This green army, what they do use, they use the technology. Even yesterday, I told you the same thing. In Jal Jeevan Mission, our students prepared a app so that villagers, if they get any problem, they can contact through app and everything, so that our students will give the probable solution to them, either for water conservation, even for their field, how much water is required, essential and everything. Our students are doing. This green army particularly working not only on water, they are also working on energy, right? So they are providing solutions to the near local villagers about solar energy solutions, and also, but Rajasthan, not much wind energy is available, but still, yes, they are providing solutions to them about this one. At the same time, you know that we have sufficient solar energy, even if it is there, but definitely solar energy is very good, efficient between 28 degrees to 35 degrees only, but we go somewhere beyond 50 also we will reach. So this green army is working very well. So it's one of the technology which presently our students are using at the same time, which will be beneficial to the local people. This is one. And the second one is, see, sustainability. If you see that presently our students, what we are doing is the technology, particularly we have an agricultural engineering department is there. So in that one, we are using vermicompost. Even also we are providing the local farmers what type of technology to be used, even for the better growth of the plants, right? So this one also we are doing. Even today morning, I received one video also on about planting the trees, how to maintain the atmosphere. So immediately I sent to Vanchana Singh about that video also to her. These are all some of the things what generally students require. See, the technology properly, if they use, it will be good for us. See, if you take maybe the old example, maybe I'm giving Einstein theory of relativity, he did it, and then it was became a reason for the nuclear bomb, right? But at the same time, if you can use that one as a nuclear energy, it will be very, very good. So that's why if you see the technology which we have to use in the positive direction, that will be better useful, and then the sustainable development goals, what we want to achieve, we can achieve. Just one of our panelists told that overall it is achieved only 17%. Maybe maximum we have got affordable and clean energy, we got 40% already we achieved. Still there further is there, but only one thing is, if used properly, the proper technology, and that can be sustainable. Again, at the same time, it is sustainable. It will be useful to the society. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. I think you have touched upon all the points in a very limited time given to you. So youth need value-driven collaboration mindset. I think that's something which is implemented at your university also, you mentioned about. And the essential part is support needed from the institution with the experience and expertise that will help with that. So thank you so much for that insights. Now, I would like to invite and request our next panelist, Dr. Vanchana Singh, to help with her insights on what mindset and institutional support are needed to truly enable youth as a torchbearer of SDGs.
Gee, in fact, when we look at youth, this is something which is very important for us to realize, that if we are treating them as symbolic participants, just to participate in moments, just to participate in some kind of flag raising ceremonies, they can't be really treated as torch bearers. So they need clarity of purpose. This clarity of purpose, which means setting the right direction, which can only be ensured by ensuring confidence in values, providing them the opportunity which will ensure them to lead with responsibility. So the institutes must move from token inclusions to genuine trust. Instead of engaging them in short-term projects, enabling them to start with lifelong platforms where they can tackle real life issues. So looking at SDGs as just a short term goal will never work. So what is important is that the overall objective should be that of mentorship rather than control, enabling them decision making power with the right advisory roles at the level of institutes, at the level of the senior generation, putting that to the upcoming generation. As far as policies are concerned, the policies should institutionalize the youth participation so that the youth councils have the budgetary authority along with them, which will ensure the the trust imposed by the senior generation into this younger generation, and they will live up to it. In fact, we have so many examples where countries, cities, when they empower the youth, when they ensure that the youth with right understanding takes the decisions, they are able to take up the things to a much greater extent, unlike the place where they are simply guided or advised and they have to merely follow. This mere follow will not give them fulfillment in their own living. So if we want to enable the youth to be torchbearers, this clarity of purpose is something which is lying at the root. And to ensure that clarity of purpose, a value driven system of education is laying that right base. So just now somebody was putting up in the chat that it has to be done from the primary level. Very, very true that from the very beginning, but at least at the professional level, when they enter into higher education institutes, it becomes very important for them to have the value base. So this is how I see this particular question which is posed to me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vanchana. That's quite insightful. Thanks for your views on that. Now, I would like to ask the last question. I started with Dr. G. Prashanti with UHV point of view. So I would like to ask the last question to her. Dr. G. Prashanti, what kind of vision is required in youth to achieve SDGs?
The youth must be inculcated with this universal human values, and instead of becoming the wealth ready and ambitious persons driven by greed and these endpoints which are always with the conflicts, they have to be life ready, family ready, nature ready, with all the inputs from these universal human values, which are now introduced in all the educational institutions. Of course, we are also trying to start this at a very young age. Now, then only the sustainable transformation will take place. And all these education policies, all they should be aligned so that it is sustainable. And nowadays we see the government agencies, everyone is supporting for this. Otherwise, we would not have been able to conduct this conference at this huge level. Everyone is trying to see that the generations are improved and even the future generations will take forward these SDGs. Thank you, Amreshwar.
Thank you, Dr. Prashanti ji. I think I agree with you. Youth to have holistic, value-driven, and focus on a long-term well-being, not on the short-term well-being. Thank you so much for that insight. Now, we would like to request someone to. Vanchanati, is it okay to have one of the participants share his view before we close?
Sure.
Okay. Can we invite Arvind to share? I think he's Arvind wanted to share something. He's a social psychologist. He wanted to share his views on this topic. Can we enable his mic, please?
Thank you, Professor Amresh ji.
Arvind, please go ahead. You are welcome.
Am I audible, sir?
You are absolutely audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. I agree with Dr. Vanchana. We need to find pathways. What happened recently in Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, when youth venting out their anger in dismantling systems happens due to lack of right understanding, as Vanchana has rightly pointed out. And point one, they should understand the difference between happiness and pleasure. They think prosperity gives them happiness. Happiness pertains to heart, whereas pleasure pertains to senses and mind. So this is one thing. And another thing I would like to point out, during Corona time when I was in US, I joined one program. It was taken up by Johns Hopkins University in association with Bill Clinton Foundation, where they have taken up a large-scale awareness program on drug addiction. And they included leaders from religions in addition to leaders from academia. So to create right kind of understanding, what I feel is we need to invite leaders from industry, policy making, religious leaders, along with leaders from academics. Because most of the youth, if not most of them, religious leaders also can influence in a great way. Difference between pleasure and happiness. And one more thing, just now, a few hours ago, I read in news that a team from RMIT University in Melbourne Engineering Lab created a material called CCRE. It is cardboard confined rammed earth. This material is created from waste earth, and this material can serve as a substitute for cement, making of which contributes about 8% of the global carbon dioxide emissions. So leaders from technology, leaders from academy, leaders from politics and decision making, if set a direction for the youth in which they need to work towards sustainable development goals, that would result in consolidated and scalable results. And
I just want to interrupt. Dr. Arvind, can you hear me?
Sorry?
Yeah, Dr. Arvind, Amrish here. We need to close the session. Can I request you to close in next 5 seconds, please?
Sure, sir. Thank you very much. And in this context, I would like to draw all the attention of all the panelists towards Maslow's needs. Abraham Maslow pointed out 5 layers of needs. So if aspirations of the youth are aligned with these 5 layers of needs, there can be very clear path for them to move towards sustainable goals. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thanks, Arvind, for sharing your insights. That's helpful to everyone attending the session. And okay, with this, I would now like to thank you very much to all our panelists for sharing such a wonderful, thoughtful, and insightful perspective. As we reflect on today's discussion around the theme, Vision for Empowering Youth to Address SDGs at the root through a holistic, value-driven approach, a few important messages clearly stand out. First, we heard that SDGs are not just technical or policy challenges, they are human challenges. Addressing them at the root requires right understanding, strong values, and ethical intent alongside skills and innovation. Second, Our panelists emphasized that youth are central to this transformation. When young people are guided by values, their actions naturally become inclusive, sustainable, and impactful. Third, and important, the discussion highlighted the importance of clear roadmap, one that connects values to skills, skills to action, and actions to measurable SDG outcomes. This holistic approach enables youth to move from ideas to impact and from individual efforts to collective change. These insights give us a strong direction for how academic institutions, educators, and leaders can nurture value-based, social, responsible youth leadership. With this, we conclude today's panel discussion. We hope the ideas shared today inspire all of us to strengthen value-driven approaches in our work with youth and sustainability. Now, I would like to invite our anchor, Dr. Umarani, for next steps. Over to you, Umarani.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our moderator, Amrish Gote, for his thoughtful guidance and seamless moderation. And my sincere gratitude to all our esteemed respected panelists, Professor G. Prashanti, Dr. Venchana, Professor Harikumar Vargandi, Professor D.V.S. Bhavanlu, Dr. Vijay Kumar Radadia, Dr. Nirbe Mishra, Professor Nihar Ranjan Biswas, Professor K. Satyanarayanan Reddy, Professor Akshita Saji, Professor Gauri Nandana, Dr. Yashwant Patel, Dr. Aravind for their deep insight and meaningful contributions. And also I extend thanks to our scribe, Dr. Geeta Pottaraju, timekeeper and tech team, our Ms. Vinitha Nair. Today, it began with yesterday's discussion on how to channelize youth and what preparation is needed to achieve happiness and prosperity. As we conclude today's discussion, one message resonates strongly. Our goal is to nurture value-driven youth who take ownership of the SDG by aligning education, policy, and practice with universal human values for sustainable transformation. To achieve happiness, prosperity, and the SDG, youth must be guided beyond teaching into value-based practices, especially by connecting with nature and living universal values such as trust, love, respect, and care, which shape ethical behavior and collective well-being. When every youth has clarity of purpose, their action naturally align toward personal growth, social responsibility, and collective well-being. Youth are habit-based and responsible. Therefore, every institution must take the necessary action to create awareness. This is the conclusion of today's session. So really, I would like to thank our panelists for giving the insight from us. As we move into day 3, focusing on implementation and policy, let us carry forward this vision for empowering youth through value-based education, integrated knowledge system, and harmony-centric development. Thank you all once again for your valuable presence, thoughtful sharing, and commitment to building a sustainable and compassionate future. And see you all tomorrow. All are requested to join other session today. Thank you so much.
So just to inform you all, another session is starting in another 15-20 minutes. So we all can join there and listen to sharings. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, namaste. Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Okay, thank you all. Bye.